How's everybody? Last week. How's everybody? That's what I'm talking about. Welcome down here. This is Food for Thought. How many for the first time today? Hey, not too tall, guys. I know better. Well, we are just thrilled to have you. If I haven't hugged you yet, I'm coming for you. My name is Bob. I don't usually have a lot of coherent thoughts on the morning. Today will be less coherent than normal. This day is an amazing day for Food for Thought for a couple of reasons. It is our 9-year birthday on St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day 2012 must have been a Friday. That was 9 years ago. And more importantly, 1 year ago today was when all the shit hit the fan, right? It was a Friday morning just like this. It was just like this. It started to rain. We just got the memo that for the next 2 weeks we were going to have to flatten the curve. Let that sink in. But what we really got the memo on that day was, hey man, this is the last time you're going to see those little kids. So we had all those trucks full of food. We packed a bunch of food, and that day we delivered double the load of 53 schools because we knew we weren't going to see them, man, for a long time. And who we're talking about is a bunch of little kids, which is the whole reason that you are here and we are here. Today is always about those little kids. It's also today very much about all those people that stay around here in the background, that have been hanging around down here for the last 9 years, keeping this train running. And I'm saying right now, I didn't tell you, and I think I got every one of you Jags, that I love you, man, because you guys make this all happen. And what happened to them is what we're hoping to evangelize onto you today, which is just, man, this is a love fest. Down here, we're just a bunch of grinders out here. What you're going to dig about Food for Thought, if you don't know our story, is it's a simple, simple thing. We take care of kids that need a break. Kids that don't eat on the weekend. And that thing gets proven to us every damn week. On St. Patrick's Day, 9 years ago, the first time we packed one bag for one kid, because some teacher told us, hey man, there's kids in my school that have hot lunch on Friday, and their little butts come back to school that next Monday morning, they haven't eaten, Bobby. They don't know where they're gonna eat. One of you right now is thinking, that's gotta be bullshit. Here in Denver, we're building all this stuff and doing all that, driving these transit trains around. How can they not have food? Well, let me tell you, I've been on a 9-year journey of learning how that happens. Kids we deal with, families we deal with, they don't have it going on. They come from an average income of $29K or below for a family of 4. That's who we seek out. That's who we seeked out. Back then, that's who we seek out today. Show us the ones that need us the most. And let me tell you, man, it wasn't hard to find them. We knew about 2. We thought we were some kind of badasses because we're feeding these 2 schools and we are just making it go down. And every damn week, from that week till this week, someone whispers in our ear saying, hey man, there's another school. Hey man, there's another school. It has the same damn problem. When that thing all went down last year, we were in 53 different schools because people like you insisted with your heart, with your passion, with your checkbook, with everything that you got in you, that if we can do more, we should do some more. And we've been doing some more and doing some more. And every time we think, man, maybe we got our last sou around this thing, we learn better. Those trucks that just rolled out, half of them are going to District 50 in Westminster. 2 weeks ago, we learned about 16 new schools that are all in that same Title I poverty. Every freaking school. I talked to the superintendent. I said, hello, you've been in the pandemic, right? Yeah. I said, you got any kids that are hungry? She's like, yeah. How many schools you got? She said, well, we got like 16. I said, how many of them have 90% free and reduced population? And that's about how it sounded at the other end, right? She said, all of them. She said, well, what can we do? Can we get a couple of them? And here's what you let Food for Thought do. Here's the answer you make for Food for Thought. When she said 16, and her answer was, what can we do? I said, all of them. Every school, right now. Last week we did 8. Today we got 8. And now it's on that same rotation. And much like it was in 2012, here's the deal. We don't let anybody down, man. We have never walked off on nobody. The commitment is this. If we come to your school one time, we ain't never backing out. Oh, yeah, and I could be the big badass up here talking about it, but when I get up there, all I see is you. That's all I see is you. Because I know I got you behind me every step of the way. Food for Thought knows that this little love fest we got going on has no ends and no limits. We started this thing on $30,000, man, and we burned through that like we knew what we were doing. We didn't know nothing. But we sure as hell found out it mattered to a bunch of little kids. This thing now, Johnny and I were laughing today. We got a budget now like $1 million. What is it, Johnny? $1 million something? It's, yeah, big number, right, Narelle? And it just doesn't matter because things keep happening like this in my pocket every damn week. Someone drops a dime on us. Here's what you got to know. If you were one of those that raised your hands, here's the 2 things you got to walk off with today. We don't spend money on nothing down here. That's why you're out here in the cold. We don't have a building. We don't have a truck. We can't even get a damn trash truck. Those are supposed to be empty. Now what are we going to do? Let's figure it out. Who drives the truck? Oh, I do. Shit. No, but in all seriousness, we just don't have any overhead. If we need something, right? We have very modest means. We need tables. We need bins. We need bags. We just lean on each other, man. We just ask. We got friends that write grants. We just make stuff happen. We got companies that show up for us. The people you're standing with right here. You can't tell because they're not wearing their suits and ties and they're this and they're that. But that's who's here, man. This is all those people all around this town. But this thing gets built on $5 at a time. That bag you're going to pack today costs $5. We've been having $5 fall off of that bridge for 9 years, man. Because people insist that if it's the right thing to do for a bunch of little kids, if all you can do is pay it forward, if you can carve out 2 hours of your day to change somebody's life, literally change their life, by God, let's do it. And it's been happening. When you wonder, because right now somebody's saying, man, you can't do this thing on, oh yeah, let me finish that other disjointed thought. No overhead. And we feed every kid in every school. So none of this BS about going into a school and saying, well, how many are really hungry? No, really hungry. I know you got 400 kids, but how many are really hungry? We're not about setting people aside and proving that you're the hungriest of the hungry. If we go to a school, it's everybody. When she called us with those numbers at 16 schools, I said, how many you got? She's like, what? How many kids? 3,000. Then you get 3,000 bags. That's just the way it works. You're the professionals. You know who needs it. If you got a kid that doesn't need the bag, give 2 to the kid that does. Way above our pay grade down here to figure that kind of stuff out. I'm not into that, right? We get asked all the time about that whole thing. What's the socioeconomic blah, 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 blah. No, I'm a realtor. Shit. And I know they got to eat. You know they got to eat. It's the simplest platform. Let them eat. The people that are down here today, we got Coral Tree. I just met my friend Chris with Coral Tree. Our friends Wayner. Man, we got Wayner all over this place. Wayner's been our backbone. I couldn't even tell you how long, brother. How long's that been now? It's been a long damn time. It's been a long damn time. If you got to think about it, it's a long time. It's a Saikai? What? How do I say that right?
Yeah.
Who? How do I say it? Saikai? That's what I said. Told you, Al. It's Saikai. She said, it's not Saikai. Sure as hell is Saikai. It's good to have you. Cerner? Yeah, right there. Thank you, guys. And I see a bunch of Peak around here, a bunch of Peak resources. Right here. Oh, yes. Thank you. I mean, Peak is a great example. They're all great examples. Vince is a friend of mine. He runs that company. He's the president. He's like, Bobby, I'll get involved. He gets involved. He writes me a check. He says, I got a bunch of great employees. They'll get involved. Here they are. We're not just going to write you money. We're going to come down here. We're going to do something else. We're going to put our feet on the ground. We're going to pack the bags. That's the mojo. The Food for Thought is. That's the message to you is like, look, help us, man. Just help us. I promise you, every single dollar that winds up in this pocket, man, is going nowhere. You come look at our financials. You'll be blown away. We partner with the Food Bank in the Rockies because they are angels. If it wasn't for them, none of this kind of magic can happen. They let us produce that bag for $5. If we had to buy that bag at Costco, it'd be double that or more. They're angels, right? But it's the only damn thing we write. And if you don't believe me, get your ass in my truck when this is over, and I'll take you up there, and I'll show you the picture. We don't pay anybody. We simply don't pay them. We don't even pay our trash bill. No, seriously, we did. It was a screw up. We paid our bill. Right, Johnson? Didn't mean to throw you under the bus. It's okay, Gabe. You're all right, buddy. I'm done with that. No, I'm done with that. I've already read the purple note. So, that's kind of what we're about. So the two things we're going to ask that we always ask. Look, if you like what happens today, if you feel it, right? If it lands on you like it lands on us, we're hoping to pull you in, suck you in, have you back down here. We do this every damn Friday. We haven't missed a Friday since 2012. The pandemic happened. Everybody said, what are you guys, crazy? I said, must be. So here's the deal. We'll come down. I'll jump up here. And on March 20th last year, when we didn't even know what a mask was or hand sanitizer, we were wearing underwear on our heads and dumping vodka on our hands, just trying to do something the right way. I'm not kidding you. I'm not kidding you. A little tequila and a little vodka. That's how it worked. Right? But we did whatever it took to make it happen. Thank God none of our families got sick. But to that end, you know, we're going to keep doing it no matter what. We got enough masks in there for the next pandemic. If you want a box, take a box. I think we're all good with this now. But know this thing is not going to stop. If you like what you feel today, tell somebody about it. All we got is word of mouth. All we got's each other. We're really good. This is my man up here, Matt, who's busy doing social media right now instead of listening to me. Whatever, Matt. But you'll love us. You'll love us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and all that goodness. That's how we get the word around town that we're down here doing what we do. Tell people that. I'd be a fool if I didn't tell you that we're looking for money all the time. Every time we add a school, right, it's, I don't know, what is it, John? 40 grand a school or some damn thing? Just nod. That's cool, right? Something like that. But if you know any wealthy people, we'd really like to meet them. Right around lunchtime would be good. I'm free. Go to Taco Bell or something and see what happens. Just see what happens over there. So thank you. A couple housekeeping things.